welcome to the commentary zone. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a little thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, tell a friend. Happy Thursday, everyone. It's Housewives Roundup Day. And first up on the docket, we have The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Season 14, Episode 16. It's expensive to be she. Well, is it though?
Right.
Really?
Here's the thing. Here's the bad thing. Okay, first let's start with the good news. The good news: this was the best episode of the season. The bad
Okay.
news is I still didn't care.
Is it too little too late that we had to get to
That's
what,
what.
16?
Right. I
Okay.
stopped caring. Cause you for we go. So how can I put this? The best parts for me is when Drew thought Sheree was gonna actually pay her for half of that party.
But I had to
That was
agree
funny.
with with Sheree. Who playing $500 or $700 for fucking balloons that we could have got your kids to blow up? You can
True.
go down to the Party City and buy a tank of helium with some
Yep.
balloons. And if you don't
hmm
like the colors that come in the box with the tank, you can get other colored balloons.
And she got the most expensive balloons too.
You know,
She got
that
the
was
most.
the
She got the
I,
most expensive balloons.
I didn't get
Really?
it. I didn't get it. Like when I saw that, I was like, I ain't gonna pay that much for balloon. But then again, I'm cheap. I'm not on their level. I don't make their money. I'm going to preface it saying that I'm speaking as an ordinary person. I'm not spending hundreds of dollars on balloons. I buy balloons from the dollar store. There, I said it.
Right.
An
What killed me
expensive
was
balloon for me is from Publix.
right. What killed me was the Instagrams. That killed me. You go ahead and talk. Well, I'll see if I can find this post because it took me out when I seen
Oh,
it.
you mean like all of the people's talking about it afterwards? I didn't even see any of
When
that.
Sheree said, "Girl, you know you paid $1,000 to do this little shindig, and anything else was on you." I'm trying to find it's that post.
Well, I loved it when she said, I'm not paying for stuff in other bitches' houses or something like that, or other bitches' ideas. I was like, oh, but then why don't you participate? It was your idea.
Right.
It was her idea, right? Hold on. Wait, I
No, I
might
think it
be
was Drew's.
talking out
No,
of
it was
turn.
Drew's. It was Drew's. It was
It was
Drew's
Drew's
idea.
idea. But did
Right.
Sheree agree to participate and copay? Because it's all
Right.
about
Sure.
the copay.
All right. Hold on. I found it. Give me 2 seconds. And this is
Hi
from one of my
everyone in the
favorite.
chat.
This is one of my favorite pages on
Uh-huh.
Instagram. Actually, this is the Real Housewife franchise, and it says
Why
Sheree
is it?
said,
I can't do
"Girl,
it.
stop. Girl, stop. You were paid 1K to do the small get together, and anything over it's on you."
Oop, oop, oop. Y'all can't have it both ways now. If she went cheap, then she would have got dragged like they did to Sonya.
True.
True. But Drew dragged Sonya because I like Drew's thing. Um, but she said that Sonya had the Party City kitty party thing. But her Drew's thing was similar. She had balloon streamers and a DJ, right? I don't know. I just can't justify paying that much for balloons, but I can't be on a level like that cuz I don't have that kind of money. I just don't. Who in here got that kind of money? Let me know. I want to be you when I grow up. Um What else? Oh, I loved it when Sheree said, "How about I give you like 25% of the invoice or something like."
Right.
Oh, but this is no surprise, right? Like Sheree, I think Sheree thinks like me. Like, we always looking for a discount. Just saying. Ugh. What else happened in this episode? Oh, wait! The meeting with Apollo. We finally got to see Apollo rolling up in a Rolls. What does he do for occupation again? How you get fresh out of la prison
Right.
in Rolls Royce? Don't he got reparations to pay?
Um, I guess as I remember, he does.
Maybe that was a rental for the day. That's a lot of money to pay for a car rental, though. Oof.
But
Well,
Apollo was a good friend, though. I like that they're friends. I like their
mhm.
friendship. You could tell they're friends. So when she said what Tyrone did you see the look on his face? I'm like, uh oh. I'm like, Apollo,
How
you
many
just
people
gotta,
did he do that to?
no, he had this look like, but like, no, he because it was Sheree talking, and he looked like he did what? You can see that
Oh,
quick
like
look,
he was gonna defend her? Mm.
right?
What's
And
his
they had met,
address? I know some
right,
people in Philly.
and then to find out they had met in the system, I'm like, oof.
Well, yeah,
Uh,
because after he left Jersey, didn't he go over to Philly? Because he
right now, I
did
like the
time
fact he
in
told you the
Jersey
truth.
with Joe, with Juicy Joe.
Right.
Ooh.
I like the fact that he was really honest with Sheree though. He didn't sugarcoat anything. He broke it down to her exactly the way it happens on the inside. Like you see they be with one woman this week, and then the next week will be a different woman telling the same. They be lying, and he didn't sugarcoat it though. He just told her straight. They be lying. Period. Point blank.
Well, it's just it became a what is it? A love after lockup episode for me during
Right.
that. Like you saw the Rolls Royce pull up, you saw it was him. It's like, oh, and then he sat down and they started talking about Le Prison. And I was just like, oh, love after lockup. Is she gonna wake up now? Is she gonna like
Right.
snap out of it, boo? Um, and then she asked him to model in the He by Sheree portion of the show. And I was like, oh, are we gonna see him in his skivvies?
Such a nut.
But you have to admit, he always had a banging body though.
No, he did. I ain't gonna lie.
And then can you imagine with like prison workouts? What do you
I'm
call it?
so
Out in the
prison.
yard or something? I don't know. I'm just looking forward to that. And I actually like the beard on him. Like that really big bushy beard. I like it. It's all a vibe for me. Everything with the exception of the Le Prison. But yeah. Hmm. It
I
gave
wonder if
me a
he owns
shiver.
any strip clubs
You want to see him at the strip clubs?
with Todd and
Marcus Smart?
Ross. Right. Bring them back into the fold. I miss that group of friends. I like them as a group of friends.
Oh, and rest in peace, Greg.
Yeah, they were a good group of husbands.
They should get together to commemorate Greg.
Yeah,
Old and new. That would be nice. A little
that would be
segment.
nice.
Okay. Oh Lord, Ryan. No, we won't because there are no fashions.
Like, okay, okay, I'm with Candy. Let's talk about that. I'm with Candy. Talking about, she really say that her fashions is stuck in Alaska?
I was like, how they get up there? Are you talking to a girlfriend in LA? I was wondering how they
And
got to LA, but never mind.
and then like, oh, that's the first group of samples or whatever. The other group is from LA. Two different distribution companies and states. I hollered. I was with Candy.
So wait, the distribution is in they
The
were coming
first,
from
the first,
China, but they landed in Alaska?
the first people she went through are in Alaska.
No
Then,
way.
yeah, that's what she said. And then the second people she wound up working with were in LA, which
See,
is what Candy used to go through.
I thought that they wound up in Alaska from shipping. I didn't realize she was working with
Right.
Someone based out of Alaska.
Hmm.
Were those the cheapest people she could find?
Probably.
And nobody could pull up samples in Atlanta. All the tailors, seamstresses, dry cleaners, nobody in Atlanta could do that.
Guess not.
I keep feeling, remember that episode of The Cosby Show where Denise made that shirt, that knockoff shirt
For
for
Theo. For
Theo?
Theo. Yeah.
I keep feeling like her samples are gonna come up like that.
With the asymmetrical collar and shoulder.
Yeah, I this is just ridiculous. What else happened this episode? Marlo got the kids back, the boys back. That was nice. Why are Drew and Ralph like so normal now that she's hurt? Do you notice that he's kind of normal when she's injured? And when she's 100%, he just is like wonky. I don't know.
And I,
Um,
I just I ignore them.
let me see. Oh, the opening scene with little Ace doing his audition tape. He
Okay.
looks
All I
so
thought about
much
that
like
was it was with
Todd.
Kenny. Right. But with him, it was hilarious. All I could think was Kenny put him to work early.
Listen, no, don't know. He's exploring his talents.
Right. And getting a check. Like his mama.
It's gonna go towards his college.
I know that. I'm just his college is being paid for. I'm just saying she putting him on the grind
Listen,
early.
listen. I'll go with you on that because he has to pay for his own college.
Okay. I just thought it was funny because she put him to work already. She's teaching him the art of the hustle already. Get them trained up.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was cute. And yeah, she is putting them to work. She
I'm
is.
I'm like, was there okay for you? Was there anything else to this episode than what we covered? So I can't think of anything.
Marlo got the kids back. They did the party. Wait. One thing though, why do they choose every gathering to like try to dissect something? Um,
Okay, the dinner. Yes.
yes. Like the dinner, it was a secret from Kenya and Marlo. They both arrive at Drew's house. Kenya gets there 2 seconds first and slams the door on Marlo. They get in, happy birthday or whatever. But then they decide to like try to mediate or broker a truce between these two women. I don't think that's going to work unless they actively want to
Right.
like actually make an effort.
To work to yeah. You can't make people work it out. They have to want to work it out themselves. And it,
Mm.
it went over like a lead balloon because every time they would take a step forward, they would go back 4 or 5. Like Kenya said, she was open to being friends with Marlo. She always was. She liked Marlo from the beginning, but then they would step backward. Well, you hurt me. It's like, well, there
Mhm.
we go. Y'all can't get past the hurt.
Did somebody said they felt like it was an intervention? Did you think it came off like that?
Kenya said that, and I did.
You did. Okay.
I did because it's like you're trying to like put them back together. Like, hey, look, retire this instead of them waiting until the next group where it's just them and them all coming together and say, hey, we're sick of y'all fighting. And be more honest when you try to go about it in like a counselor way, like this is what we want to do. Yeah, yeah. No, you just coming straight like, look, we sick of y'all fighting, and you basically tell them like either y'all get it together or we can only invite you one at a time, and just leave it at that.
Oh. Yeah, contractually that's not going to work though. Um,
Right.
then Sheree gives out like these really fancy invitations. How you got fancy invitations in these pretty boxes and no fashions? And then of course, um, let's see, Candy asks how many pieces are done. And she basically says next to none. Kenya says, a fashion show without fashions. How dreadful, mimicking Dwayne,
Dwight.
no, Dwight.
Dwight.
She will never live that down. Sheree
Mm,
will never live that down. Um, and basically, the ladies say it's just a party at this point,
yep.
not even a presentation, just a
A party.
party. But they do say they all want her to win. Like, this has been a decade in the making. Um, and they want her to win. And Kenya says the truest words of all for the night: if you don't get this together, um, you'll fail, and you don't ever want to fail twice. Um, I think this is a lot of like hype by Bravo. I
Yeah.
think that they have a vested interest in this. I think that there is a line that will suddenly drop when the episode airs, when She by Sheree is debuted, with suddenly these appeared um, fashions from Alaska. Um, because if Bravo has a vested interest in it, they want their money.
I wonder if they invested into this business.
I think they invested by promoting it on the show,
Okay.
because in order to get on the show, they got to get a cut, and they don't want to waste ad time
Right.
showing something that they're not going to make money on.
I got you.
Yeah. And that was it for me, y'all.
Yeah, there was nothing. There was nothing. Too much. This was the best episode, like I said, but it was. It still wasn't. It wasn't a lot. Like Drew. Basically, here's what I'm just gonna do a quick character rundown.
Mhm.
Drew, like she threw. It was her idea for the party. It was a good idea for the party. Ralph is letting her into the book, a little bit more. Now it's late in the game. It's like, okay,
Mhm. Mhm.
Sheree's not gonna pay Drew for half that party because she don't feel like she felt Drew went way over budget. Candy was just there to say, like, did she really say that her fashions was in Alaska? Give me some better excuses. Be more creative.
And pass me a
Kenya,
chicken wing.
yeah, right. Kenya was just being Kenya, like, stirring the pot and just causing
Mhm.
the ruckus wherever she goes. She can't help it.
Mhm.
Sonya was really, really cute when she said, you know what, Kenya ate me up. And when she said, in my head, I was winning. That was that was gold. In my head, I was winning. You know?
But
And
it's
then
relatable though. It's
it's
relatable.
relatable. I'm getting it in my head. In my head, I'm getting it. It's like no. And then last but not least, well, last but least, Marlo, you are getting the boys back. You miss them, and okay, fine, whatever. I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan of that because in real life, you can't just send your actual kids away whenever you feel overwhelmed.
With the exception of summer camp.
Right. True. Summer camp, but you can't just ship
Yeah.
them off to like
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you feel
No,
like it. So
I agree with you. I agree with you. Um, honestly, the only part of this episode that really stuck out for me was Apollo.
that's it. That's all you had, huh?
Uh, Listen, from the top of that segment with the car, and then the beard, and then he sat down, and then he said something, and then he said he was going to be in He by Sheree. I was done. I needed a drink.
You're so crazy.
I needed a drink. That was it. I just like
Yeah,
seeing him. I've always liked Apollo, except for
it's
what
like
he
I
did.
said.
I liked Apollo.
Right. But like I said, this story like it was the best. This is the best episode of the season so far, and it was still mostly a nothing burger.
Right. So how many more of these do we have?
Hopefully two.
Oh, did you see just a tangent. The text that I sent you, Andy is asking for questions for another
Yeah, I
reunion. I
got
think
that.
it's yeah, please. I need to hear one of your questions on on one of these shows. With a she. Oof.
Yeah, they did start therapy, but I, I just struggle with that dynamic because the simple fact that she was so willing just to like give them away because she needed a break, that's something that's within you. And she thinks it's okay. So therapy is not really gonna fix that.
Well, I said this to you last week. I felt like it was a little too easy for her to do, as if it's not the first time she's done it. So, or it could be a running pattern with all the people that she's taken in, because she has taken in her sisters, the nephews. I think it's just a pattern for her, and in her head, it's okay.
I'll go with that.
Yeah. Anywho, y'all, that was the show. That was the episode.
Hmm.
Um, Running pattern. There's nothing at the beginning or middle. And then the last 20, 15 minutes, everything is packed in. But this was filler for me.
I'll go with that. The best filler, but still filler.
Mm. All right, y'all. So this was The Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 16. It's expensive to be she. What did you think about that title? Did you like the commingling of the housewives?
No,
Okay.
it
Because I
fell flat.
kept on singing it. When I saw it, I started singing like the tune, and I didn't like blending, because I think, and we'll explore this at the top of the hour when we talk about Beverly Hills, but Beverly Hills is, I didn't like what happened last night.
Yeah, no.
All right, y'all, bring your notes. Meet us at the top of the hour to talk about The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Jamal, any final comments?
Nope, we are good to go.
All right, y'all. Until next time.
Yep.
Bye.